I love the Game & Watch. While the Game & Watch existed almost 2 decades before I was even born, I have fond memories playing the Game & Watch Gallery games, along with the DSiWare Game & Watch re-releases. A few years after that, I got my first Game & Watches, which were the 2014 Nintendo Mini Classic re-releases of Donkey Kong Jr. and Super Mario Bros. I actually did a video covering all the Mini Classics that I own, which I'll link in the description. Finally this year, I've obtained a few original Game & Watches, some of which are approaching 40 years old. In fact, this year marks the 40th anniversary of the Nintendo Game & Watch. The Game & Watch was developed by the brilliant Gunpei Yokoi, who got the idea to make the Game & Watch after seeing a bored man on a train fiddle around with a calculator. He then came up with the Game & Watch, which uses the same technology of a calculator to make games. These games are very simplistic in design, but unlike LCD games like Tiger games, Game & Watches were of very high quality. Despite the primitive technology, Nintendo managed to use the limited technology and make fun little games out of it. Ball was the first Game & Watch game released on April 28, 1980, and it is a simple juggling game. But as time went on, Game & Watches got even more advanced, more creative, and more fun. Donkey Kong 2 took the last two stages from Donkey Kong Jr. and translated them into an LCD game. And here's the original Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch from 1986. You would think a Game & Watch adaptation of Super Mario Bros. Wouldn't even be possible, but you know what? Nintendo actually managed to make a fun auto-scrolling platformer using the same technology of a calculator. This and Donkey Kong 2 are my favorite Game & Watch games, so needless to say, when Nintendo announced they were releasing a new Game & Watch in the year 2020, I was excited. I'm one of the most qualified people to talk about the Game & Watch, and I'm here to answer the question of, is it worth getting the Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch? Time to find out. Actually, quite literally time to find out. One of the biggest things that set the Game & Watch apart from other LCD games is the design. They're sleek, stylish, and feel premium. Looking at Ball, they went for a maroon plastic housing with a brushed aluminum front. The buttons are made of rubber instead of plastic, feel great to use, and are super responsive. To be fair, it's a Club Nintendo reissue, but it's exactly the same other than it missing a kickstand. The 1986 Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch might not look as classy as Ball, but it has the same premium feeling and is of high quality. The 2020 Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch is no exception. They went for a maroon and gold color scheme this time around, which is very reminiscent of the Famicom, but it actually calls back to the Gold series of Game & Watches. Considering this is a Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch, I would have liked to see a bit more done with the design. I like the gold and maroon color scheme, so they could keep that, but I would add a picture of Mario to the left and get rid of the bubble around the Nintendo logo. But other than that, this is a very nice looking system that fits the quality standard Game & Watches have always had. Game & Watches consist of one game with two modes, Game A being the main game and Game B being the more difficult mode. But here, you're getting 3 games. You're getting Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, aka Super Mario Bros. 2, and a remake of Ball. The idea of getting excited to replay Super Mario Bros. In 2020 sounds absolutely insane. After all, this is the only game Nintendo cares about re-releasing, but just how many times has it been re-released? We had the original on NES, the All-Stars remake on SNES, Deluxe on the Game Boy Color, the GBA reissue, Virtual Console on the Wii, 3DS, Wii U, NES Classic Edition, Switch, and now this. And if you want to get real technical, you could add the Animal Crossing GameCube Japanese giveaway and the SNES version of LodgeNet. So essentially, this is about the 13th official way to play the original Super Mario Bros. So the question is the 13th time to play Super Mario Bros. The definitive version? Time to find out. Let's start off with Super Mario Bros. Almost everybody has played Super Mario Bros. You go through 8 worlds trying to rescue Peach from Bowser. I've played this game probably thousands of times, and I can say that it plays great. The D-pad is responsive, and is embarrassingly a better D-pad than that of the Switch Pro controller. The buttons are also made of rubber, which aren't as durable, but feel softer to the touch, and are more comfortable to use. This isn't a controller you'll be using for Smash Bros, so the buttons will be fine. And overall, it controls exactly how you would expect it to. Where I was very pleasantly surprised is with the screen quality. Color LCD screens are very inexpensive nowadays, and on these kind of handhelds, they often don't look great. But here, the screen is crystal clear and looks beautiful. It's using an LCD, but I honestly thought it was an IPS panel at first. The screen can get really bright too, which is great if you're playing in an area with a lot of sun or light. Sometimes these type of handhelds have issues with the aspect ratio, but not here. Everything is the correct aspect ratio and looks great. But how about the other games? Want to torture yourself a bit? Have no fear because Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels is here. In case you didn't know, this is the original Super Mario Bros. 2 and is essentially a more difficult version of Super Mario Bros. The level design can be brutal, but as with Super Mario Bros., everything controls as it should. Again, this is just a harder Super Mario Bros., so of course it's going to play just as well as the first game. I can't guarantee that you'll be able to beat the game though, because it can truly be an exercise in frustration with its extremely challenging levels. Still a fun game though. Finally, we're gonna have a ball with, ball. The first Game & Watch game ever made, you're juggling balls and once one falls, it's game over. Only this time, it's a special Mario version. What's really weird is that there already existed a game like this on the Game & Watch called Mario the Juggler, which was actually the last Game & Watch game released. It's also a remake of Ball, but much more colorful. Not a major complaint, but it's a little odd Nintendo didn't just use Mario the Juggler instead. Yet again, Ball is a star Game & Watch game, so maybe that's why. This is the most basic game on the system, and it plays great. I mean, how could it not? You just swing your arms from side to side and do the Mario and juggle balls. To be honest, this isn't one of my favorite Game & Watch games, mainly because it's too simplistic for my liking, but it's still fun and a good time killer. The games on the system are all fun and play great. You're also getting a great battery life at around 8 hours, but the thing is, these are all games that are very accessible to play and relatively cheap. If you have a 3DS, you can get Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels and Ball for around $12 US. You're not getting anything you wouldn't easily be able to find otherwise, but where the Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch really shines is the amount of love and care put into the presentation. You'll notice this right before you even open the system. By taking off the plastic, the box changes from the colorful 8-bit design to the vintage Game & Watch box art design. And of course, it wouldn't be a Game & Watch without the watch. And here, they went all out. The clock is filled with personality and neat little touches referencing the Mario series. You can even change the scenery if you'd like. But where I think the charm really shines is with the amount of Easter eggs. By holding A in Ball for 5 seconds, you can play as Luigi in Ball. This is excellent because Luigi is better than Mario in every way. And by holding the A button when you're on the clock, you can play the Mario drawing song. This was made back to commemorate Mario's 25th anniversary on Flipnote Hatena, and I still remember when it was new. Ah, Flipnote, how much I miss you. And how much I miss the early 2010s even more. But my favorite Easter egg has to be the hidden artwork. If you leave the system idle for 3 minutes, you can get some really cool artwork in Kotabe style, depending on what time it is and what you're playing. The artwork here is amazing. This is the first time we've seen Mario and Luigi officially depicted with their in-game colors, and it really captures the spirit of Super Mario Bros. Well. So far I've had almost nothing but positive things to say about the Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch. It's beautifully designed, all the games play great, has an excellent screen, and it's full of charm. Well, the thing is, it does have some cons. The biggest one being the omission of the original Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. Game from 1986. While it gets the occasional Nintendo Mini Classics re-release, it's not as widely available as the 3 games here. Not to mention it's the best Game & Watch game, and it's still really a lot of fun to play. It really showcased the hardware of the Game & Watch, and the fact that it's not on here is very disappointing. Another issue I have with it is the lack of a headphone jack. I know it's 2020 and some people will tell me,
"It's 2020, you have to move on from the headphone jack."
And to that I'd say, it's 2020, do you really want to stay here? It might work with a headphone to USB dongle or USB-C headphones, but I still have a phone with a headphone jack, so I can't try that out. Let me know in the comments if that works though. And although this isn't a problem for me, there's no save states and there's no rewind function. These have been features standard with NES re-releases, so some people might miss them. And if you do, all I can say is get good and actually beat the game like a real man. However, you can select the world you want to play after you beat it by pressing B at the title screen, and by holding A for 5 seconds before starting the game, you can have unlimited lives, so it's not that big of a deal. But the biggest concern I've seen thrown around is the price. It costs $50, and with a maximum price tag of $12 total for the games on here, it seems very expensive. So the question is it even worth getting? If you're looking for a handheld game system to get hours upon hours of entertainment out of, I would say no. If you're looking for something in the $50 price range, a used DS or 2DS would definitely be a better value. But if you're looking for a really cool novelty item, I would say yes. It's a great way to kill some time, and it's one of my favorite Super Mario Anniversary products out there. I would say that the Game & Watch is more of a celebration of Mario's 35th anniversary than the disappointing Super Mario 3D All-Stars. There's a ton of love and care put into this device, and if you love Mario, the Game & Watch, and the history of Nintendo, you're in for a real treat. So there you have it. Demeech is giving the Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch the seal of approval. What do you guys think? Do you want to get a Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch? Let me know in the comments, and as always, keep calm and da-da on.